Before you actually choose a product to start selling on Amazon, it's a good idea to see what your profit margins are like and if it's really worth your total investment. All too commonly, Amazon sellers find themselves in a position where they calculated their potential profits incorrectly or even exclude a fee that's crucial to hitting their desired margins. Today, let's use a real product and go by step to determine whether it's a profitable item to sell on Amazon and what tools you can use to determine when establishing whether it's worth your investment. I like to set expectations on what I'm looking for in return for my total time and money invested. For me particularly, I like to aim between 30 and 40% for my profit margins when selling a particular item. Now, your first step is to go on and hit the like button. I'm just kidding. Your first step is actually to go on and find what the average listed price is for this particular product. For this entire video, we're gonna use this example of these bath stone shower mats. Now, when establishing your potential price of your product, there's a few different strategies you can use. Simply go on Amazon and input the words that best describe your product and try to find exactly what you're looking to sell. Look to find the average of what other sellers are listing their prices, and that should give you a good idea of what you should be listing your product price at. Now, if you have Jungle Scout, type in the keywords into the Amazon search bar and then open up the Chrome extension. After doing so, Jungle Scout is going to give you some data at the top. One of the crucial pieces of info is the average unit price of all the sellers whose listings showed up. I always like to go through and X out some of the listings that aren't really close or exactly to the product that I'm looking to sell. Now that we have the average price for what units are selling for at Amazon, our second step is to get a supplier to get a product cost and a shipping cost. During my time selling on Amazon, I've used Alibaba to source my suppliers. Alibaba really just acts as a middleman in the transaction. I really highly recommend you use a third-party service like Alibaba that offers some version of trade assurance to make sure you're not getting scammed when placing your order. I've seen some other Amazon sellers on YouTube really just going to the Alibaba storefront page, looking to find a price on that storefront page, trying to calculate their shipping cost based off the information that's just kind of generally given to you. And I actually highly recommend that you don't do this. It's important that you message 10, 20, even maybe 30 suppliers to get different quotes, and then use those quotes as leverage when you're looking to negotiate your pricing for your actual product cost as well for the shipping cost. For all the products that I've sourced on Alibaba, I've actually never paid what the listed price was on Alibaba. I've always, like I said, used different quotes from other suppliers to use that as leverage and as a benefit towards getting the cheapest price possible. For this example, I messaged 10 plus suppliers and got the best price per unit with shipping and custom packaging I could find. Now at this point, most people want to run to the Amazon calculator, type in the associated figures to see what their potential profits are looking like. Unfortunately, we have one more important step, and that's determining our PPC in order to really gain some traction and make sales on our product. Now, I do this through using Jungle Scout. I'll give you guys a quick tutorial. You'll need to log into the web browser and click on keywords here on the left-hand side. Next, click Keyword Scout and you'll be brought to this page. From here, you type in the competitor's ASIN or a keyword to see what they're paying for PPC bids. This will give you a good idea as to what to factor in when accounting for PPC into your potential profit calculations. Remember, this is not an exact conversion rate, but it will give you a good idea of what to expect when paying for PPC when advertising each unit. Finally, now that we have our PPC metric, we're actually ready to use the Amazon calculator. To do this, log into your Seller Central account and at the top search bar, type in calculator. On the right-hand side, you'll see the help box, and underneath it says Revenue Calculator. Simply click this and you'll be brought to the Amazon Revenue Calculator. At this point, I like to put in the ASIN of a direct competitor who's selling the same product, then just click Search. We want to focus on Amazon fulfillment, so I'm going to close out your fulfillment here. From here, you'll see the sales price we determined early on to be pretty close to what the average sales price of our competitors are. Underneath the sales price is the Amazon fees, which really is the referral fee. This fee is based on the category you plan to sell in. In most cases, it'll be around 15 to 20% of the listed price. Below the Amazon fees is the fulfillment cost. You can see for our product, it costs about $13 for Amazon to handle and box our products. Next, you'll see which months you plan on storing the units at Amazon. If you aren't familiar with the price change, Amazon actually changes the price of the storage fees during Q4 for the holiday season. For this example, we'll just leave it during Q1 to Q3. Underneath which months you plan on storing your units is your average inventory units stored. This figure is going to come from how many units you plan to purchase and actually send to Amazon. For this example, we decided to go with 100 units. Next, we need our estimated monthly units sold. This can be kind of tough when you're starting off, but I like to find a competitor who has under 20 or so reviews and use Jungle Scout to see their monthly sales and use that figure. For this example, we're going to use the figure of 50 because that's what I found from doing a little research. In cost of goods sold, input what each unit will cost with the shipping fee associated from your supplier. For our product, we determined an order of 100 units is $800 and shipping is $200 for a grand total of $1,000. Now we simply divide 1,000 by 100 to establish what we are all in for on each unit, which is about $10. For our next step, under miscellaneous costs, we're going to input the PPC figure per each unit sold, which we saw to be from Jungle Scout to be around $1.05. For our final step, this is going to be pretty similar to the monthly units sold figure, so I'm going to use the same thing and input 50. For this example, you can see that our net profit margins are right around 35% and we're selling around 50 units per month. We'll be making around $850 profit after all of our Amazon fees. Now, if you're selling a product that isn't on Amazon at all, or your supplier is using different custom packaging that has different dimensions than your competitor, you're going to use the Define Product tab here. Once you click on this tab, you'll be brought to this page where you'll be responsible for inputting the dimensions of the box that each unit comes in. Now, sometimes you can gather this information directly from Alibaba on your supplier storefront page, but I honestly think it's best to get the information directly from your supplier and really confirm that all the metrics are correct. For this example, I'm going to put in dimensions in centimeters because that's honestly how they're normally sent from the supplier. Just click Unit Measurement tab and change that to centimeters. Then simply input the metrics that your supplier sent you. Next, you're going to need the weight of your product and packaging together. This normally will come in kilograms from your supplier, so you'll have to simply convert that to pounds when inputting that figure in this tab. After that, you're going to select the category that your product falls under within Amazon. For this example, we're going to choose Home and Kitchen, and for item price, this is what we plan on selling our individual units for on Amazon. For the shipping charge, you actually can leave this blank as it's for someone who's using Amazon's FBA service or fulfillment by merchant. Finally, you can press Estimate and you'll be brought to the same page that we were on before. This is where you'll edit the same metrics of your average unit inventory stored, estimated monthly units sold, cost of goods sold, miscellaneous costs, and finally, your estimated total sales. Now, regardless of the product or the different niche you're selling in, this is a good strategy to implement to really make sure that your total investment is going to have the return you're looking for. I like to always make sure that I have 3 or 4 samples ready to order and kind of compare and contrast the product as well as the packaging. If you feel like you have any questions on this process or you think I didn't cover anything, make sure to leave a comment below and I'll get back to you with an answer, hopefully a resolution to your question. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.